Hi and welcome to this video where we will take a look at the app Onix Worker. First, we're going to take a look at the settings, which we will have access to throughout the app on the top left corner on this button right here. Here you will find information about what user is being logged on to your app at the moment and what account that user belongs to. A picture. We have access to scan functionality such as QR scanning or NFC tag scanning from this menu, and we have the settings menu right here. In the settings menu, you can set a favorite location or a favorite area. This will help you when making searches for equipment in the app by making it more efficiently by only searching for your favorite locations, for example. Now, I only belong to one of the locations in my company, which has been created in Onix Work. So I want to go to my favorite locations and set it to Aberdeen and click on save. I'm not going to specify any areas. And below that we will find the settings. Here we can update our user profile with information. We can also upload a photo. Here we have the option of taking a photo directly from our phone or iPad, or we can enter our photo library and upload a picture already saved on our tablet or phone. We complete it by clicking save. We also have the option of changing password. We have to remember our current password for that to be possible. And we can change the language in the app, and these are the available languages. Those were the settings. On the top right corner, we have access to our help pages and Onix community. So by clicking on this question mark icon, we at the top here get an option to go to our website, Onix community. This will open your browser on your phone. Here you have the information about what version of the app you currently have installed on your phone. This is good to know because if you experience any issues and you contact us on support, we will ask you what kind of version you are on. So it's good to know where to find that. And from this screen right here, which is the main screen that you will enter when you log on to your app, we have some shortcuts where you can scan NFC tags or QR codes, or you can access your favorite equipment. On the bottom part of our app, we have different modules. We have the home screen, which we are in right now. We have the equipment module, and we have the jobs module and issues module. And we're going to take a look at all of these, and we're going to start in the equipment module. In the equipment module, you will have a search engine at the top, where we will have different views at the top here, and it is active equipment, which is the standard and default view, which means that any search we now do in this free text bar will only include active equipment. Me, for example, I only want to see information or equipment belonging to my favorite location. So I go to my views and I set my view to my favorite locations. I then continue to set this as my default view by clicking on this pin right here. Now the next time I enter the app, it will automatically show the view my favorite locations, which means that now any searches I do in this free text field or in the specific fields that I find behind this icon right here will only show me equipment within that favorite location. After I make the search, I get a list and a preview of the equipment. As we can see, that is a total of 15 items, and the equipment list has been sorted by due mandatory date. I can change that by clicking here, and we see different options we can sort by and in which order. And also we can change the display options where we can decide if we want to preview the picture of the equipment or not in our search results. If you are working on slow internet connections, then it could be a good idea to remove the preview of picture so it doesn't require that much internet speed from your device or your Wi-Fi. So we click on apply after. I want to include the pictures, and we see them on the left side right here. So as in Onix Work, we get a preview of the equipment here so. And if we want to enter the equipment, we simply click on the equipment. And this is how we are presented the equipment. At the top, we will have some actions which we can continue doing. We can set it as a favorite equipment. We can start on a new job. We can create a new issue. Or if we want to link this equipment to a QR code or an NFC tag, we can do that by clicking on the link button here on the top right. We get this preview information of the equipment and the picture of the equipment. If we want to include another picture or edit the current one by deleting it, we click on this picture. Here you can see we can delete the picture, we can add a new one, and by clicking add here, we get the option of taking a photo or uploading a photo from our photo library. And when there is the option of adding multiple pictures, you can also decide which picture should be the default picture, which is then the picture that is being seen on the equipment here. And the information about the equipment are separated into these different tabs at the top, which we have where we have jobs, issues, and documents. We can jump into documents and take a look at those. Here we have a certificate, a declaration of conformity, and a original certificate. And when we click on the document, it is opened, and we can zoom in on the equipment if we want to do that and move around. Based on the license and the user privileges set for your user on your Onix Work account, you can add a document if that is access that you have on your user. And by clicking add document, you can upload a file and select the document type and also give it a name. The general information about the equipment is sorted into these sections, which are the same sections that we find in Onix Work, where we have equipment details, we have the job intervals on the equipment, and so on. And if we want to edit information on the equipment, we can do that where there are this icon right here. And by clicking on this icon, we open the equipment. And now based on the license that you have and the user privilege that you have set on your user, you can change certain information on the equipment, and any changes that we do, we want to save afterwards by clicking save, and we are back to the equipment as so. Okay, so let's say that I now want to start a new job on this equipment, or any equipment for that matter. So let's just jump back. Maybe I have a ID marking on the equipment, maybe there's a QR code or an NFC tag. In those cases, I simply just want to click on scan QR code, for example, and the camera will open and I scan the QR code and I'm brought to the equipment module, and where the equipment will be shown here in the list. Or I can manually search for the equipment. Once I have found the equipment I want to do an inspection for, I have the option of clicking on the equipment and clicking new job, or I have the shortcut of simply just swiping my thumb across the screen on the equipment, where I get these same options, where I can then just go directly to new job. Here I have the option of doing a preventive maintenance job or an operator maintenance job. In this case, I want to do a preventive job. And here, as you can see, we have created a checklist on our Onix Work account, which then is available in the app. I click on the checklist that I want to use. I am brought to the checklist, and here I fill out the different statuses by clicking on question mark. Clicking once gives me the OK status. If I click once more, or if I click anywhere else in this box, I will be brought into the checkpoint where I can set any other status, and where I also can add a comment. So in this case, we are missing the CE marking on the equipment. So I simply type in missing on the comment section. I have set the status as red. As you can see, we can also add, or we can also set this status as solved directly when creating the job. So let's say that I have already found the CE marking, I've already added it to the equipment, but I simply want to add this to the checklist as something that was missing. So I add it as a issue right here, and then I continue to go to setting it as solved and adding a solution by solving it directly. This will not create any issue on the equipment, but it will show a dialog or show the history of this being an issue previously on the equipment. But in this example, I want to keep this open to show you how it looks like when we create a new issue through a job. So I'm not going to solve this. So I remove that ticker right there. And as you can see, we can also add a picture to this checkpoint by clicking on this icon, clicking add. We can take a photo, we can upload a photo, and we can do multiple pictures here. And once I'm pleased with the information that I've included in the checkpoint, I click on save, and I'm brought back to the checklist where we can see that there's a comment and the status has been updated to the correct status. And we continue down the checklist, and now we get to the section number 2. And if I know every checkpoint on this section is okay, we do have a shortcut to fill out the section quicker. Like so. I simply clicked on this text right here, chose the correct status, and we can see the entire section has been filled out. And we can do the same thing for the last section right here. It is worth mentioning that by doing this and by using this shortcut, it will not overwrite any status that was previously entered into this section. It only fills out the empty statuses. At the bottom, we get a job status for the job. This reflects the checklist and the worst status added to the checklist. This equipment does not have any job intervals set. The job that I just did was an ad hoc job, so it doesn't belong to any job interval. And I can edit the job details and add more information here if I want to do so by clicking on this icon right here. I can change the job date and so on, as you can see here, and completing it by clicking save. And at the end, we see who created and who modified the job. So after filling out the checklists, I complete it by clicking on File. I am now done. I have completed the job, and as a result, we can see that there has been created an issue. We were missing the CE marking on the equipment. This is created an issue, and we can see that here from the issues or the status is being presented. Here we have the status, which was registered in the app or in the checklist, and here we have an icon telling us that this status or this issue has already been has expired. So if I now want to handle this issue, I can again swipe on the equipment as so, and I can go to issues. Here we'll have all the issues registered to this equipment. They are being sorted based on solved and then based on the date they were created. So at the top we will find our issue that we have to address. We click on it. We get the information that has been registered on this issue. The CE marking was missing. Here we would have a picture if that had been taken. And to solve this issue, we click on Solve here at the top. And we get a dialog where we can enter a text to explain the solution. And I will just keep it simple by just typing in solved, but here you can be as detailed as you want, obviously. And we click on OK. And we have solved the issue. And when we go back, we can now see that the issue has been set as solved. And if we go back again, there is no longer any issue being shown here on the equipment. So that was how to create a new job and to solve any issues being created from that job. Now let's say that I want to simply register a new issue without having to do a checklist and a job. I then swipe the equipment again. I go to new issue. And here we can see the options are simplified. Here we don't have the same amount of options because we simply just want to register or create a new issue. At the top here, we set the issue owner. The default issue owner is the company, but we can change that to a different location, to a location or to a person. And in our company, and for this example, we have a responsible. So every time we register a new issue on any fall arrest equipment, a employee called Frederick is responsible for either fixing these issues or send it to the correct company to fix them. So we want to set the issue owner as Frederick. The status, let's put it as yellow for recommendation. And there has been some wear on the fall arrest. So we type that out, and we type it out correctly, and we can add a commentary to more detail. We can describe it in more detail if we want. I'm just going to simply type in a comment here. And as you can see at the bottom here, we can also include a solution because we have the option of solving this issue as we create it. And this is relevant in situations where we simply want to have the history of any issues that has been created on this and solved on this equipment. So even though it has been solved, we want to have it as information on the equipment. But in this case, I'm not going to solve it, so I'm going to keep it without any solution. I'm just going to go to save. And in this next window, we can add a picture to describe the issue, or if we're happy with the information we already included, we can go and put it as to do on this issue. And we are back again here at the equipment where we now see we have an issue set here. Now we can jump into the issues module where we can show how or the person who was assigned this issue can keep track of any issues that has been assigned to him. So he has a procedure that every morning he opens this app and he goes into the issues module where he has set his view to my issues, and he has saved that, where he will get an overview of any issues being assigned to him. So me in this case, I can now see that I have a new issue being set to me. So I can click on that and I can read about the details here in the details section. Where on the fall arrest, I can take a look at the picture and so on. And I can solve the issue by clicking on solve here at the top, and again add a solution where you can be as detailed as you want, and we can click on OK, and I have solved this issue now. And we can go back. So the issue module is very similar to the equipment module and also the jobs module, which we will jump into later, where we have this search engine with the view at the top, the free text search bar here, and the specific search fields behind this icon right here. Where in the issue module, we have the option of selecting which criteria or which fields you want to have available in your search engine, like so. As you can see, there's a lot of different options you can include in your search engine. So that is the issue module, and the jobs module is very similar, where we also have a search engine where we have the views on the top, where we have the free text search bar and the specific search fields. Here we can see all the open jobs, and as an option we can jump into any jobs that has been started by any colleagues and complete them, or even delete them if we see them as being old or if they need help completing them. So here we have a job that was started back in October. We can assume that this one won't be completed anytime soon. We can then clean up by going here and deleting that one. And we can complete them by filling them out. But as you can see, the jobs module as well as the issues module and the equipment module, they have a simple search engine here at the top, and the results are shown in a list like so. That was the app Onix Worker. This is a tool for any workers that's out on the field that needs easy access to equipment information or checklists or issues. Thank you for watching the video.